two types of attention, involuntary and voluntary. Involuntary are things like flashing lights, strobe lights tonight at the dance party. It could be sirens or big crashes or booms, babies crying. These things trigger the involuntary parts of our brain. When we're in a loud place and people are talking all around us and somebody says our name, David, it actually triggers that part of our brain. We want these things to trigger it because it's survival mechanism. Well, guess what else triggers the involuntary part of our brain? Every ring, ping, buzz, and haptic that you receive. Our brains have not figured out in the last 30 years that these things are not threats to our survival. And some of you may feel like it's a threat as you get them throughout the day. Yet another one, yet another one. And people will tell me, my phone goes off, I just ignore it. My watch goes off, I just ignore it. Well, I know you ignore the haptic that says stand, right? My Fitbit's gone off for 10 years and I've never stood once, somebody told me. But you think you are ignoring them, but what you're really doing is making a micro decision to respond or not. It is a quick decision. Look at my wrist or not. Look at my phone or not. Respond or not. X or not, right? And all of these decisions create this dopamine response. The same response that you get on a slot machine. This dopamine is the hormone of anticipation. We start to anticipate that our phone's going to go off, that we're going to get a haptic. Haptic is the little whoop that you get when you wear a smartwatch. It even brings about something called anticipatory stress. We have stress just thinking that we might get one of these. Our families even have anticipatory stress. Has anybody ever heard your kids or your spouse or your partner say like, oh, I hope you don't get an email, or oh, what are you looking at, or don't pick up your phone? Anticipatory stress. It's a dopamine response, and our brains start to like it, and it wants more of it. And all of these decisions add up to decision fatigue. Decision fatigue comes from the volume of decisions that we make throughout the day and the complexity of decisions. So if you think about that you get on average 150 emails or chat messages a day, that's the volume of decisions that you're deciding to respond or not, look at my watch or not. And then the complexity of decisions, maybe you're thinking about a merger, or you have a complex client or something. All of these things add up. And when you have decision fatigue, you are more likely to avoid a decision or procrastinate. I'll just think about it tomorrow. It even affects your willpower to the point where it affects what you choose to eat for dinner. Have you ever thought about on a day where you've just like, oh my gosh, this has been such a day, that you can open the refrigerator and it's full and you just stare at it? I don't know what to eat. So I'm just going to grab the sugariest, most processed thing and put it in my mouth. It affects your willpower. So if you know you have a tough day, figure out what you want to eat in the morning. If you're going out for dinner that night, look at the menu, make a decision, and tell somebody what you're going to order before you go there at night. It even affects your willpower. So we use this term multitasking for everything, but it's really an umbrella term. And there is a myth, and women have perpetuated it, that women are better at multitasking. We're just less bad. All right? We are just less bad at it. Because unless you are a fighter pilot, or in like the 1% of people that can do things like that, we're really not that good. And there's different types of multitasking. So there's background tasking, and that's me on the slide hula hooping while reading. I can do it for an hour, don't think about it. If you sweep your kitchen while you're listening to a podcast, totally fine. Because they're not competing with each other. Hypertasking is walking and looking at your phone near the escalators where it can be dangerous. When you're doing two things at once that could be considered dangerous, right? The last time I checked, 15 people have died this year taking selfies because they fell into traffic or, actually, no, I think it was this month. It was in the last 30 days that I checked. So background tasking, hypertasking. What we're often doing is what's called switch tasking or task switching. And that's where we're going back and forth between Teams, email, text, Slack, QuickBooks, Xero, whatever the program is, right? And we think we're doing it so fast, but we're really losing time in the switch. And those switches are very tiring for our brain because it never feels like we've ended anything. We've never accomplished anything. Raise your hand or just wink at me if you ever feel like at the end of your day, I worked all day and I don't know what I did. I didn't even get it all out of my mouth, and there were people that was like, yes, I worked all day, I don't know what I did. You have to write a got done list to remember. That's from switch tasking. That is from switch tasking. And it leads to that decision fatigue as well. It's very hard to single task, isn't it? To just say like, I'm going to focus on this and only this. But I'm going to give you a few tips to help. And I want you to know that a lot of your compulsions or habits, they're not your fault. These tools are designed to make you want to do them more, right? So if you think about your attention, like driving down the highway, if I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, if I am leaving Raleigh to drive to Charlotte at 5 in the morning, 70 miles per hour, great gas mileage, point A to point B, I don't even have to think about it, I don't even know how I got there, I'm in the zone.